No sé, debería dar a guardar. Vale, vale, ahora sí, ahora sí, ahora sí. Vale. Vale, hola, hola. Vale, vale, vale.
Okay,
Estamos.
what we can do is start again or what we start again? Do you know when the start again? No?
From the beginning.
From the beginning. So we will start again. I'm going to go faster. So okay. So the idea for this presentation is to start with a general point, which is the governance of city-wise. So I will share with you some content about our governance. The most important thing, of course, is our vision. You can see that I think the first two important elements are our community, so the city-wide, all of you, all of us, and the other is the spaces. So we are a community, but we are working on the territory, and our connection with territories is created and it's driven by civic spaces, like one volume in Paris. So it's important, really important for us to have this connection, physical connection, concrete connection with the territories. Because our mission actually is to improve territories, but all the time taking account that we are already inside these territories. We are part of the territories, we are not just working on it. We are not working upon the territories, we are part of the territories. So of course, as a community, we have to work a lot to connect people, to share knowledge, to improve this relationship between the global knowledge we are producing and how this knowledge could be used for the local actions. So we finally are using this scheme describing city-wide as an ecosystem. You can see the big circle. Inside the big circle is this citywide ecosystem. But the big circles that are tools, governance, and the economy. And you have all around these three circles a lot of projects. So we are using actually our special governance, our protocols, tools, and our specific rules, model of civic economy to create projects having with that local impact. So to do that, the first starting point is of course having values. So we are really, really open as a community, but we defined with a long work really simple values that are really important for all of us part of this community. Here we can see the most important five. So be transparent, located, inclusive, independent, and open. And we also believe in totality, in open knowledge, in this special relationship between digital and spatial. And in terms of how we develop projects, our engagement should be all the time with the project that create long-term impact. And of course, the main objective, the main mission of CivicWise is to create and improve collective intelligence. You know that all the time we have this discussion about what is the difference between participation, collaboration, and the collective intelligence. So these three words are very important. I think all along our life we will be debate about that. So next one. So the other thing very important is the tools. So to do that, we are using specific tools that allows us to, for instance, communicate better, having this global sharing acknowledgement and communication, evaluation. We will see. So it's important that we are using specific tools and we are also implementing new tools. We will see the one. I think one very special is civilians. We will see later. We have also protocols. You can see. So about economy, what we can say is that actually we are a bank. Maybe this word is sometimes controversial, but now we love this controversialism. Correct. But we are a bank of knowledge, actually. As a community, as people doing a lot of stuff, actually the main thing, the main value, economical value we have actually is knowledge. And it could be linked with a lot of different economical process. It's not now in the time to explain all these possibilities. What is interesting, we didn't yet achieve is our reflection about our juridical form. So, officially so far we are an association in Paris, but of course it's not something that is really fitted with the reality and the identity of the civic life. So we have to work a lot about change this form, and it's important in terms of economy because with that we are not allowed to create sharing systems like internal currencies and the sharing of services between all of our community. You know, there are a lot of things we can do to improve how our community is creating values with all of us. So we are finishing. So it's important to understand how which roles we can have in civic life. So we have the fund, which is the sorry. So we have fund, the member, which is something that is active sharing information, the civic life, which is the active member, so the active actor of the community, the connector, which is caring about the community in general, and we have the partner that is figure that could work with us, but maybe not in time, so we can also establish partnership with other structure. So what is important now in our moment in this reflection we are doing about how we can create a stand, how we can create a label that would say a project is a civic life project. So what is the value of this project? So we are thinking a lot about the system, some of the protocols, about how this stand could be used. And the tool we are using for that is civil. So it's a really interesting tool. The text is came from the civic design course. So the people that participate from this design course, civic design course, developed a first beta version of a civil that the name is in Spanish word. Sometimes we don't translate the word. So civil is a tool that proposes a way to evaluate how the process went during the development of the project. So it's not evaluating exactly, I'm finishing, not evaluating just the project, but evaluating all the process. That one is this one or no? Okay, finishing.
Yeah, we're going to return to spaces. In our conversation this week, we have a role from the idea that was given to us. Some of you know Civic Factory, and Civic Factory will be a project that will represent itself in different ways. One will be to be a catalyzer for resiliency, space where, 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 to be a catalyzer for resiliency, space where you find the connection between our community citywide and the network and link it to the directory. We thought that this was a continuation of governance and the label work has been done so far to see how we can represent what is civic-wise in the territory.
Before talking about civic spaces, we first want to introduce the concept of civic factory that has been developed in the civic courses. So the idea is behind civic factory, it's a network, it's not a proper space, it's a network, but it's also a kind of label that, in fact, it's a means to create civic spaces. So it's built in three legs. So it's the first leg is listening, deep listening. That's the idea is to produce knowledge. The second leg is actions. So how to locate this knowledge. And the last leg is reflection. So how to exchange this knowledge. And it's a kind of virtuous circle.
So once we've defined these three legs for any civic spaces, we thought about what should the civic spaces share to actually be able to build these things. So we defined like these four very important points that we named civic spaces DNA. Basically, all the points that they should all share. So the first one was about values that Domenico already talked about during his presentation. So I'm not going to repeat that. The main mission of the civic space would be helping local projects, matching people, networking, all the different actors of the territory, which is called bridging local and global networks. As well, it will have to commit to certain governance principles as well. More specifically, what we identified is that the host should adopt the same core values as the civic space. As here, the volumes have the same, shares the same values as big civic space organized by civic wide. So all of these points are here to allow civic spaces to achieve certain impacts, which are raise awareness, change basically the territory and power of local actors.
And the thing is that sometimes we think about indoor spaces like this one, volumes, but sometimes these indoor spaces go outside and there's some outdoor spaces just for it's just a matter of time or just a short period. And sometimes they always have to be outside. And what is completing the whole circle is when they have also the digital. Here it looks like we are more equalizers than Glocal Camp, but they're following us on the online network. Because it means that we are not just producing for what is happening here and now, but also what can be related to other people and inspire other people to do the same. And of course, the best combination, it should be the combination of the three. Having in mind to have something happening inside when we think and we brainstorm of what we want to achieve, also having a presence outside, not just to share what we have, but also to income and ideas coming from the outside and having a presence in these things.
Just to complete some of the ideas, things have been said before, but we are all responsible as ethical citizens to improve the well-being of our territory. So we are also human resources. That means that that means that they are connected, that the network of connected, local, global connected, trainers, moderators, makers in interspaces here. But that means that we also need to have a place, physical places that replicate
human network, another way. So that a place that's flexible and most importantly, accessible for anyone with the necessary equipment to be able to communicate, to be able to make, whether it's or machine learning, CNC. And then there's one of those spaces on the kitchen where a lot happens, a lot of exchanges between people in open places like the kitchen. So all these human resources and the material resources contribute to working on this and making it easy.
Just to wrap up, I'm going to just pose you a question. So how can we collaborate to create a factory of trusting relationships and what was the other one? I forgot now. Yeah, sorry, knowledge. Quite important one. Yeah. Yeah, because that's really important actually. So we've been talking about lots of things. So we're trying to find a method, we're trying to find tools, we're trying to squeeze your brains about what we know. And I think one of the important things also is to develop that human ability to sense what is not here with us. So I think we need to focus on that process.
Okay, so the next presentation is civic tools. Welcome everyone. We will present our resume of civic tools and civic design course. And what are they? And what are they for? And what are the links between them? To make it more short, civic design course is the form that we try to connect new people from abroad to be part of the community, and the civic tools, of course, is our toolbox where we create different tools that can help us to create this community better. We, in general, find three problems. That is the digital and physical barrier, the accessibility, and the connection gap between the civic design course and the civic wide community.
So basically, we are talking about three different topics and the related tools to them. So civic space, civic design course, and civic, let's say, ecosystem. That means everything. Civic space, for the developing of a civic space, we need a handbook that propose values and references, such as case histories, for example. We talk about the Fab Lab model, for example. This handbook gives you the guideline, basically to start and manage this kind of space, or it can be, as we know, as space like volume or space square. And the handbooks also define goals and rules for the people that develop the product. About civic design course, of course, it develops what we call a civic library. Our database is transparent, it's public, and it contains open project ideas, information, and also best practice. It's based on the sharing of knowledge, of course. It's one of our strongest assets. The dissemination tools are very important. It means that we use social networks, publication, digital or printed application and tools like that. It will be very important to have diagrams for projects to understand better the process behind an action or a project developed. So those diagrams have to show methodology and process both. Strongly related with the library and with the management of the entire system is the glossary, because we need to define the word we use, the language to be clear for us and for people outside city-wise. And also categories. So we suggest to start with categories such as projects, research, tools, actions. These categories are the same for city-wide platform and for civic design course. At the end, the civic ecosystem starts with a training tutorial videos, very short videos that helps people to understand the architecture behind the system and how to do details, where all the information are, which are the flows and the rules. So you can instantly get inside the flows and be active. The submission form is very important because it's the tool that enables to start a circular connections between the community and the design course. It will show personal information, professional information, the location, of course, a cover and a short abstract like that. Therefore, enable us to build an interactive map on the platform. So we are where we are, what we do are the basic information of the map. It will be published on the website and based on an algorithm, it will be an automatic process that enable us to visualize our connection. We establish also the roles connection between the course and the community. So basically, the civic design course has a coordinator that can be a connector, a civic connector, an assistant. That means that you are a member or a civic advisor. If you are an expert, you can be an outsider of this community. But if you have something to promote, the project, the skills, the team, you can promote it and show maybe during the hangouts, for example. Alumni are people that already followed the course, and the player is the guy that is now running the course.
But there are still some questions which are open and unsolved. One of these is that we don't have a clear protocol to define the relation between the partners and the clients with the community. They share the same values, but they are out of the community, so we need to find a way to include them. Another question is like that we have to find a method to define the clear evaluation criteria for the people who accomplish the design first. And we have also to standardize the tools and make them more similar to civic-wise and the course. And also, it's important to find a way to find out how the output of this ecosystem are related with the education of the civic-wise and the symbol of civic-wise. And also, at the end, it's important to find a way to simplify the chronology of Slack, and in order that people who join later, the conversation can understand and participate more active in a way, more active to the conversation.
Okay, great. Let's move now with the definition of civic life. We're running now with the project. And the first project will be civic
device. In this, Pablo said, Civic is one of the Civic Wise projects. This week, in this workgroup, the goal of the workgroup was to define a think tank to create a theory about the concept of civic tech. So this week we have structured the work in three blocks. The first block was we were trying to define civic tech, the concept. The second block we have tried to make a manifesto to write down many ideas around the concept of civic tech. And the third block we have to write down the need we have to do this thing.
So Alfonso says we try to reach a definition of what is civic tech, and we reach consensus with some definition, and we have one particular definition. We think that this debate is quite open because we don't have the properly words to define civic tech. But even though we reach a consensus with an imaginary about what is civic tech and what we want to show with this, we want to provoke a little bit because we define that civic tech is not about tools, it's not about digital devices, it's not about to operate an international and global way to do. It's about the opposite of that. It's about the reflection that is before the applying of the tool is about the knowledge we create before, and so we can assume that civic tech is knowledge applied to technical.
So the second block, as I said before, is the manifesto. At the beginning, we wanted to create this manifesto, but we realized that it's more interesting to work with hypotheses. So not with facts. The manifesto is a list of facts finally. So with hypotheses, we can question every one of them and see if it works or not. So this is one task that we want to do in this think tank, to question every one of the hypotheses that we have write down this week.
And finally, the third workshop, the work was trying to have some needs that we can that allow us to create this research group after the camp. So we define some needs that we think that we have to cover, but we think that after the camp we need to go deeper into this and to maybe organize in some groups, legal needs, social needs, infrastructure needs, and something like that. Finally, we were thinking about one interesting thing of this research is that can allow the community of CivicWise to prototype a framework for CivicWise community on how to make a research. Because when we were talking about the needs, we realized that the needs is not a specific needs. Instead of that, were general needs about infrastructure, about the space that we don't have, about background knowledge that we don't have, so on. So this research can allow us to create this prototype of what is a research inside of Civic and to use it in another research after this one. So to join the discussion and to join to the project, we already created the Slack channel, which is Civic Tech, and we already created the discourse and the category inside the discourse of Civicwise. So we can create this research group and keep going with this. Also, the next week we were working about Civic Tech in a workshop in Madrid inside this week of Democracy Lab in Medellin. So we were advancing this research. That's it.
Okay, so the second project is rural, will be done by Francesca. Let's go. Hello, Isaac. So we are here to present tonight the result of rural environment workshop in Glocal Camp. Our starting point was the research of Entornos Rurales in the Civic Design course, Spanish, the first edition. The result of this investigation was the need to introduce this organization of rural and urban territories in a civic, as a civic topic for Civic-wise community. We saw that there is much more complexity and we need to understand the territory on a higher scale in order to act as Civic-wise on territories better. Today, we start with this conclusion and we are actually celebrating and we welcome the birth of Rural Lab. Rural Lab will be a lab of Civic-wise investigating and developing the application of Civic-wise community to a territorial scale. This lab will be a part of Civic-wise as one of Civic-wise wallet, Civic-wise ecosystem as one of the other labs and projects. And it will contribute by applying a more holistic vision to the project and to the whole community. So please enjoy it and contribute. That's it. Okay, thanks very much. So we're running with the third project, is Mapping. Analia. In there, that's by the way. Sorry for
Hello everybody, mapping is a project that has already started from new. To start, like all the goals are doing better to work and use dynamic, promoting solidarity between neighbors, and activating an existing network, allowing new connections. We started this project because we moved here at Paris, and we wanted to know well environment, and that's why our platform is very best. It's a green place here, and we'd like to have an impact on the territory, and we start a safe project. And this project link virtual approach and really physical approach, because what we observe is there's a lot of people who don't know really well their own territory, and we need physical and experiences. So the idea is to reduce the potential of the vector of this area, and so that's why we define different work. So today is our platforms, and our territory is defined thanks to the local initiative. What we will identify in our Glocal Camp. And the idea of the proposal is to invite people to the open south in the map. We're testing this during the Glocal Camp, and we are still developing it during the camp that's next to last, that will be the month of June, and that's that. The approach that we thought during the camp was doing active listening with a desk and letting people come to us, and having interactive tools like games or even the dialogue as a potential way of approaching people. We ask some questions like which local initiatives they know, what they need, or what would they offer in order to let them think themselves as a part of the connection. For example, they should have the skills, the techniques that they don't go, try to define the territory. Testing this experience this week, we're trying to develop a new concept. We thought that making people recognize as a community as like a main goal, offering them as like Stephen Wallace said, a dual vision of the territory, and also trying to connect all these initiatives. We thought about territory. Because we start like a part of the party, but now we think that this territory is described as a network of connections, and also we thought what would be considered an actor. We find a concept like the autonomous group, that would be people who are able to continue or sustain an action in a time in the person of group. So that's like the third theme. That will be how we are going to continue this work of mapping. Well, what's the plan, as we already told. The other is like how we are going to sustain our presence in the territory, because that's something really important. And also the tools that we are going to create during this process. Another thing will be the output, because now the map is like a physical object, but we think that it would necessary to be online, like digital or open data support. That's one of the questions. Our next steps, future goals will be give support to existing local initiatives that will connectors between people and services. Being part of an existing project will promote the local economy. That's the question, how we are going to use all this information. On this purpose, because we are discussing this purpose, we don't want to develop a big tool ourselves, but we just want to start some initiatives, some local initiatives, some local diagnostic, and give all this information for other tools with autonomous system, and to share this local knowledge. And think this way, Sigma can be really because I would like to in a different role in all this process of mapping. And in fact, it's interesting actually because due to the nature of this global camp, I have had the opportunity to involve in a lot of projects that is happening here in Paris, let's say. And it's interesting to see actually. No, okay. It's important to make this communication reveal. This is the main name of the mapping project. So all these relations that are there in the planning between the services and the people, but together are trying to reveal so that people can realize what is the benefit of all this work that they're doing. It's like a huge work, but it's becoming real because we were talking during the week at some point, but we are not sure how it can be real all this values that we are setting for all this organization and how we can bring our people. So it's like it's real and it's happening, and it's also to be projects that are happening to develop.
Thank you. Really important, the work happening that has connected the Glocal Camp with the territory. That's vital for the local camp. So the next, we have only 2 remaining projects. So the next project is going to be Atelier de Rua. So Atelier de Rua team, join us.
Well, we are going to present Atelier de Rua, who is a civic-wise project. We can define it like a tool for urban strategy at the scale of the street. Atelier de Rua it's a public space. Yeah. It's mobility infrastructure. It's a space of support that can bring or not values to the plot area. It's a space where apples are. It's a vital element for the city. And it's a space for others. So it's supposed to be a way to dialogue, think, and design and build together our everyday streets. So the project started with Maria Joao, and the next development was made right now by Daniele in Curitiba with a team where they are working there in the street, and Marta from Madrid. So right now they are like presenting the project to the locals and making connections with the council And well, for now they have global projects, forest projects, and political projects. But obviously it's an open process, and the goal is it's enlarge the list of collaborators with the local government. So right now, the next step for Atelier Gangua is enlarge engage a new team. That new team is supposed to develop the new visual image, logo support, flyers, information book, video, website, and database, and citywide website. The thing is that it's a project that is now developed. Well, we need to refresh those topics. What we need for the citywide community? Well, like I said, engage the team, and to develop the project, we need to define access protocols, found juridical advices, communication advices, and mapping territories. One interesting thing is see how citywide community can contribute to develop these mapping territories that can be the place where we can apply this project. So other things that I want to say about Atelier Gangua is that it's supposed to have more than three, but three main goals. One will be promote ambient awareness of the citizens of the streets. The second one will be promote the connection between locals and councils of the streets of the city, and promote research groups, and maybe promote between universities and researchers of local groups. So I don't know if you want to say something here or no, thank you.
Okay, so we're reaching the end of the night, not the end of the night, the end of the presentation, the beginning of the night. So the final project is the one that the big citywide team has been doing, which is the publication. I don't know, it's because it's like that. Okay, so before starting the camp, a few months before starting the camp, when we started preparing it, we decided to start with a book called Civic Practices, which is an open book on an open publication on collaborative urbanism. So this publication, we see that as a prototype of what Citywise is. So Citywise is, as we said, it's an ecosystem, it's a bank of knowledge, it's collective intelligence. So we're trying to reflect that on a very physical thing, which is a book. So we've made an open call. We made an open call a couple of months, like a month ago, for research, piece of research in collaborative urbanism, also for case studies on civic projects, and for case studies on civic spaces, which are many of the things that we've been looking at. So the publication is not only open to the people here, to the people within the citywide community, but also to the whole. That's what we call an publication. So this is what we did before the camp. We prepared, we conceptualized the book. We decided the kind of poll we wanted to make. And we can say it's been very successful because we have 48 proposals so far from all over the world. And here a brief map of where we have received proposals for. 63% have been projects, 20% research, and 14% in Spain, so far. And they're from 26 different cities, and they're really diverse. So they're like everyone has their own interpretation of what is a civic project, what is a civic space, and what is research and collaborative urbanism. It's very powerful, very passionate. Everyone has a very different view of it. But we want more. We will reach the target of 100 projects. We will do a very large publication. So we're extended the deadline until the 21st of June. Because the crowdfunding campaign, we're running a crowdfunding campaign, that is, the deadline is also the 21st of June. I'm sorry, 21st of March. So we want you to send your proposal. Before the publication was a multilingual publication that can be done in, you can write the paper in French, Spanish, English, and Portuguese, but now we extended it to Greek and Italian. So some collaborators that want to do the proofreading in Greek and Italian. And of course, those are going to contribute to the crowdfunding. So we need to go to the same place. It's also running on the 21st. Okay, so our next step is the pretty much the book. So we kind of like in the camp we've been working on. We've been reviewing all the 48 entries, which is the diversity, and then also have like tasks for the next steps. Try to pretty much the book, filter, edit, and order the proposal. So we're talking about what is the criteria for that. It's not a criteria for each to decide whether each individual proposal fits the book, but it's how the proposal fits with the whole book. So we have like a collective criteria about how each proposal helps each other. But it's kind of like a very weird way of having a criteria for choosing the proposal, but it's kind of like we're gonna see the book as kind of like a collective thing with a single proposal. That's the way it'll be very difficult times that we have, very difficult tasks that we have to do. And then what we need, so we need help from the writers of the writer for proofreading of these 6 different languages, and feedback on the design and on the filters. So we'll be publishing everything on the back, Google Drive and everything. And then this is the rough schedule that we have. So until June, the end of June, the end of the call. During July, September, the city-wide thing is going to be fixing the concept. And then from September to December will be the production. So it will be sent, in September will be sent to publisher, and from September to December will be dispatching time, and hopefully in December will be published. That's it. So what will be the Christmas gift this year? Okay, so the night is over, well not the next one, the night is over. The presentations are over. So I think that the plan was now to have a little discussion and then go directly to the party. Yeah, so I don't know the format that we would like to do. We would like to do kind of like a one-to-one discussion, or just someone wants to do like another comment.
Why don't allow the public to ask?
Yeah, that's the okay. So anyone in the public? I think I'll be okay. What do you turn the microphone? No, we don't have to. So this second from the public, who wants to use the microphone to make some comments, now you have it in hand.
Thank you for the presentation. We can feel that you have spent a very good time during 1 week, and you have worked a lot on the different projects. The first feedback on one of the presentation, I think that the mapping project is the most advanced project. It's true, or this is the impression I have.
They never tried it. They didn't work with that.
Yeah,
the other presentation talked about ecosystem and different things, different subjects, where we worked about this together online, and the other project is the complete project that said. But this project of math is really a new project, and will take place, in this space here, and this is transition.
I was wondering, how do you, well, globally imagine the relation with political instances, cities-wise toward the political? I mean, is it a grassroots movement without some specific idea? Is it just sort of a think tank? Or is it a more proactive and not to change things in reality?
Okay, I can probably say a few words. I don't know if I mean, I think that's a very open debate, so anyone who wants to contribute to that. So I think that the powerful thing of civil rights is the moment that it appears, also in a way that it appears in parallel with many political movements that are attempting to have a similar structure of circles. So this kind of like structure that Domenico was talking about when playing the governance of being kind of like local and global and distributed. So in a way, it's inspired in what was already happening since the last few years in the political and social sphere. And I think it maps it quite well and responds to how the society is changing. Someone wants to contribute to that, very open debate.
I think one of the challenges that we face is how can we make city violence, and especially city spaces, well, basically all the places, but two spaces, I think it has a great potential for that. To make civic engagement something as a norm, so it's part of norm, it becomes part of the ecosystem. Because at the moment it seems like we are very weird people. So we're trying to talk to other people and do projects for the benefit of the society, and that's weird. You know, it's just common sense. So how can we make this thing common sense? How can we inject it and incrust it in the systems? So we are able, hopefully, to change all the rotten institutions from inside. That's more personal. Okay? I'm just becoming excited. And I pass the microphone to whoever wants to contribute. You were talking about before. It's your turn. Come on, say something.
No, I just was thinking about it of the mapping project. I wasn't asking myself if you are living in the corner around who work in it.
Yeah, and you work here.
Yeah, because I was thinking also about it was for the moment not theoretical. Je peux vous demander de poser la question d'abord en français, après en anglais. I could perhaps ask en français. Non, parce que je voulais savoir, vous vivez dans le coin, vous vivez,
On travaille au studio
ouais.
un an, et on va organiser une continue sur les histoires de cerveau à travers différents types de projets qui sont récents. Et donc, pour nous, c'était intéressant d'aller plus loin dans ce diagnostic à travers la cartographie qu'on a vraiment rencontré les habitants, parce que c'est d'entre eux qu'on travaille beaucoup en ce soir. On est très ouvert et collaboratif, mais c'est toujours des cas qui sont avec des gens qui font des calculs, avec des analyses papier, on a besoin d'un langage commun. Et c'est délicat, mais ça peut aborder la relation avec les habitants à travers les politiques des forces. C'est un langage spécifique et donc là, vous allez un peu plus loin pour cette rencontre avec les habitants.
Donc c'est toujours de traduire ça, hein, à mon avis.
What I said it was we were here since 1 year. We tried to rent here, and in 1 year we did continued dynamic of territory, and we think about a lot of different kind of projects, it's a complex project, but it's interesting to have another conflict with other kind of projects, local, experimental, and so this map is interesting to go on this way and to be really in contact with neighbor and to invite them to participate in this global reflection and local reflection.
So
with accessible tools.
Because I waiting for the presentation, we have been to Place de Pest for preparation for the top system or what? And you are in contact with them also?
Yeah. In June we want to. We will invite different local actors to present their project. And for us, this is very important because if you, it is very important to have this meeting. And like I said, we are in link. We look at it. We are in link with them, and so this is very good.
Does someone else have a burning question? But it's just here, there's no mind, and you want to take it out. You look like I have a burning question. You know, that type of burning question. Go on.
Yeah, it's regarding the Civic Tech project. I took a lot of different notes, but I was just looking back at the picture. And you were saying, and we should find a manifesto about what is a real civic tech and how to apply it. And I'm wondering, what is real civic tech, and if who is entitled to say this is a real civic tech? And you know what I mean? It's just like we were talking about the civic project and about collective intelligence, and yeah.
So can you repeat the question?
No, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Slower.
No, the question is, is there a real civic tech who, or is anyone entitled to say that there is a real civic tech?
No, we don't. So that's why we set up a prototype, not a manifesto. Is that why we were talking about hypotheses and not set of facts? So we were discussing this, in fact, that we don't came and say this is real civic. We are the ones that are. So that's why we started thinking about our manifesto. The format is a manifesto, is a very few points, it's 10 points, 11, 8 points. Is in terms of hypothesis. So what we want to do is to present this hypothesis to someone that go into the research group and start the research, but all of us together, not just us, and say this is the tech and develop it. We want to make this research open and like a process, not like a closed product in terms of hypothesis, closed facts.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, right. I have a question for the audience, very simple. Can you please just say which is the main potential of what you saw here, and which is the main criticality of the issue, something like that? Just in simple words.
I try. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Easy way, easy way.
I'm not sure if it would be answer to the question. It was perhaps more a question I had in my mind, but perhaps it would be in the same direction. I was wondering why for you it's so important to have so a well-defined structure. If there are reasons in the real life, for example, being taken more serious by by sound.
Yeah.
It would be interesting because I found it very structured. I was wondering because for me in real life the structure, the projects are more important than the what's behind. Even if I think it's important, but I was wondering about it. Answer to your question.
I know nothing about global architecture, so for me, the intent of what you are going to work on, but what I feel is that you have the good work to try to structure the community, which is a challenge because of global competition we do. And I think that governments and you have addressed all the topics that needs to be addressed within but there is a lot of work. Of course, but it's I think it's a good starting point. Sometimes it's a little bit theoretical. You have probably you have spent a lot of time in some debates and going to nowhere sometimes. But at the end you have the stones to structure this community.
I'm really an insider as well tonight. I didn't participate this week. It's not at all my field of work, but I'm interested in this. And a few minutes ago, someone said that addressing these issues were common sense. No, it's not. What I meant is, for me as a citizen, I feel like I vote every 3 years to elect someone, and then basically what do I do next? I read the newspaper and I comment on it, but I don't act on it. So addressing this issue is, as a citizen, I'm very passive from now, basically, and so I feel like finally I need to learn how to be a citizen again. And maybe that's what civic wise could help us to do.
Thank you very much. I think that's a beautiful way of finishing with the discussion. I know there was a burning question. Also, addressing one of the comments that you were saying, this local camp has been kind of like one of the challenges of this local camp has been to work in this structure of governance. So maybe we have prioritized that towards other projects such as But the aim of the next Glocal Camp is that once we kind of like progress and define better the governance to be closer to the citizens, to help building this European society where citizens are active consumers. So. Just to finish, we also have a group that was working in the Glocal Camp issue, like a project itself, and we kind of celebrate that the next Glocal Camp probably it will be the next October in Valencia. Okay. So. Well, yes, just to finish a few words. This week it was very intense for all of us. I think that we all had this weird feeling that 8 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, we will say, I've been the first overcome. And I mean, it was very intense, not just the professional side, also in a personal side for all of us. Most of them don't even met before the overcome. So, well, that, and I think that a very good way to finish this is to everybody, all the community here, and make a clap for the audience that is behind the camera and not there, and continue with that. Thank you. Just going to say something. Sorry. That's
just want to say something to the audience. Last thing really was touching because somebody said you can request and maybe help us to learn how to be a citizen. Maybe what we learned this week is that we cannot help someone learning something, or we can do it together.